Hi, I'm Phyllis. My website is southernfrugal.com. Today we're going to make some beef stew in the Instant Pot. And we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to actually add some tenderizer to the beef stew. Now we've got about a pound of beef stew. It is Black Angus, which has a great taste. But the tenderizer now, please notice it has no MSG. And when you use the tenderizer, you don't need to use salt. In fact, you absolutely do not want to use salt. So this tenderizer has, I think I pronounced this right, bromelain in it, which is an enzyme that comes from pineapple. So it's really pretty much all natural. So it will tenderize the meat very, very well. Now, we're going to actually put this on the meat, and we're going to leave it sitting for about 20 minutes. And this way it's going to cook a lot faster in the Vitamix. So you want to put it on kind of just like you would put on salt. Kind of like that. And then we're just going to mix it all up. Now this is Black Angus stew beef from Aldi. It's not the grass-fed, but it is Black Angus, so we know it's going to be really, really good. All right, let me use my other hand, and we'll put on just a teeny bit more. And the meat, of course, is damp, so we're just going to leave it sitting here for 15 to 20 minutes and let it do its job. Now, the way the tenderizer works, it's that enzyme that is in pineapple, and what it will do is it's going to start dissolving protein. So any connecting tissue in this meat, of course all the meat's going to have protein in it, but it's going to start dissolving it, which will make the meat a lot more tender. And I want to add again, bromelain is an all-natural product. All right, we'll be back in about, well, let's say 20 minutes. All right, we have waited about 20 minutes with the meat tenderizer. And we're now going to go ahead and flour up the beef stew pieces, and then we're going to brown them in the Instant Pot. Now that's, I usually like to brown mine in a separate skillet, but today we're going to do it all in the Instant Pot. And I'm using all-purpose flour. Now I'm not using any other seasoning in this other than the onions and the celery. So I've used 5 medium, well actually medium small red potatoes, 3 stalks of celery, and I am going to chop those leaves up too, 1 medium onion, and 2 medium carrots. And there is going to be no other seasoning in the beef stew. Now let's get a little more flour on this. Now my pot's been heating up for 5 minutes or so, and the control here is telling me it is hot. So we're getting ready to put this in. So we're going to go ahead and add some oil to the Instant Pot. You're going to need several tablespoons. Whoops. All right, we're ready to put this meat in now. Now it's not going to take as long to cook because I use the tenderizer, but I'll probably go ahead and let it go ahead and cook for at least 20-25 minutes. Make sure that flour is all good and coated. We're ready to drop it in now. Again, this is 1 pound of beef stew, and it is Black Angus, which I think tastes fantastic. Now it's not grass-fed, of course. All right, so we're going to go ahead and finish chopping up these vegetables. I've got a couple of potatoes still to peel, and once this meat gets good and brown, we'll be back. All right, we're back. It's been about 10 minutes, and we stirred the beef stew around a little bit, and we got some glaze on the pan. So to get that off, what we're going to do is add the onions. This is just one sort of medium onion. And I've scraped all the beef stew back to around the edge of it. So I have a place to put these onions. And what they're going to do is release some of their moisture. And when they do that, they're going to help deglaze the pan. So I'm going to go ahead and put the celery in, leaves and all. Right, that's all the celery and the onions. So that was 3 stalks of celery, including the leaves, and 1 medium onion. So we're going to let this just kind of cook a few minutes and get that bottom of the pan deglazed. I'm going to be using a metal spatula, and I know some of y'all can't stand that sound, so I'm going to do it off camera, but we'll be back when this is ready. Oh, excuse me, not when it's ready, but when we've got enough moisture to deglaze the bottom of the pan. We'll be back. All right, we are back, and that deglazed the bottom of this pot a little bit, but not enough. So I'm going to go ahead and add 1.5 cups of water. And I'm not going to put the other vegetables in or put the lid on until the bottom of that pot is clear, so nothing burns later while it's cooking. All right, we'll be back. All right, we are back, and I was able to get all of the browned flour and meat, whatever, off the bottom. All the bottom of the pot is completely clear now. I did add that 1.5 cups of water, and I also heated that water in the microwave because we use the filtered water, and of course it's cold. So I heated that water. All right, so we're ready to put the potatoes in and the carrots now. All right, so the carrots and the potatoes are going to also have moisture in them, so I'm not really adding any more liquid right now. All right, we're going to put the lid on. Turn that vent to the back side, and let me take y'all down a little bit, a little jiggle here. And so, let me turn that around so I can see too. What we're going to do is we're going to turn it off from the saute by just hitting the cancel button right there. And we're going to hit the beef stew, and it says 35 minutes. Now, I don't want it cooking no 35 minutes because I know that meat's going to already be tender after I use the tenderizer. So we're going to turn that down. Wait a minute, I'm going to have to start over. All right, hit the cancel button, and I'm going to hit meat and stew, and I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to turn it down to just 25 minutes. All right, so we'll see y'all back here in a little while. Again, this is what I use now. This also brings out the taste of the meat, and it is just makes the meat just super, super good. So I hope y'all will give this a try. There's no MSG in it. It's just straight tenderizer. All right, y'all. We'll be back. I've got to get something together for the meal besides just the beef stew, so we'll be back. All right, the beef stew is ready. I did release it a little bit back here because it was taking too long. So let's see what it looks like. So hold on here. Take this off. All right, there it is. Let me stir it up from the bottom. There it is. It looks good to me. Now I put more potatoes than most people do just because I love the potatoes in it. But you see the potatoes aren't really falling apart because if you do it the 35 minutes, it's going to make the potatoes kind of fall apart. These are red potatoes, and they do hold their shape better than the regular potatoes. All right, y'all, let me get this on the plates and we'll show you what it looks like. We're having it with green beans and some biscuits. All right, we'll be back. All right, here's the meal. Are you coming in to say hello? Yeah, he thinks he's going to get some beef stew. I don't think so. Anyway, here's the meal. Got our iced tea, and this is some orange jello and with the cream cheese and the little mandarin oranges and some little miniature marshmallows. And I made this a couple of days ago, so the marshmallows kind of melt a little bit. It's really good. There's the beef stew. Makes its own gravy, and that happens because I roll the meat in flour. And some of those fancy green beans from Aldi's. And wait, I forgot, we got little square biscuits this time. There you go, and I gotta get me one. Sorry for the jiggling. There it is. And we got a rainy day out there, and I see Mr. Bucky's just getting home. He was running some errands. He was sitting in the car waiting for the rain to slack up a little bit because it was pouring a few minutes ago. Anyway, good meal for a rainy, cool spring day. All right, y'all, we will see y'all next time. Bye for now.